You should make a Martinez. Why? It's delicious. Let me tell you about it. You might be asking yourself, what is a Martinez? It's basically just a bridge between a Manhattan and a martini. It kind of fills in a really neat in-between space where it avoids some of the syrupiness of the Manhattan, but it's not so dry like a martini. And it's currently my favorite cocktail. So there's a couple reasons that I love the Martinez. The first one is because it uses this, the Hayman's Old Tom gin, or at least the version I make uses the Hayman's Old Tom. Really, for an authentic Martinez, you do want to find an Old Tom. I've tried it with the Ransom Old Tom. It's good, but I'm telling you, get the Hayman's. If you want to make a really great Martinez, get the Hayman's. If you don't know what an Old Tom gin is, it's basically a sweeter gin. So it's not as crisp or dry as like a modern London dry gin. Really what you can expect with it is just you're getting some more roundness out of the flavor profile. There's like a hint of sweetness that really rounds everything out, and I love it. Like, even straight, it's good, but in a Martinez, it is so perfect. So the second reason that I love the Martinez is because of this right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little receipt with a recipe written on it. And I got that at what I would argue is one of the best cocktail places in the whole country. I ordered a Martinez and I said, this is delicious. And the bar back was so chill. He was like, yo, I can give you the recipe. And I was like, oh, of course, like, hell yeah. And so he wrote down their recipe for the Martinez for me. So that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you, I guess. So yeah, let's go over the ingredients we're gonna use first. As I said, the Hayman's Old Tom, super cool, unique spirit to use in this. The sole reason I have the Hayman's Old Tom is for a Martinez. Second, we're using some Sweet Vermouth. I just have the Dolene Sweet Vermouth, but the Vermouth does do a lot of like heavy lifting in this drink. So getting something that you enjoy for it is important because you are going to taste it. It also uses Maraschino Liquor, or just Luxardo. I just always call it Luxardo. If you don't know, this stuff is delicious, and it's super, super common in a lot of like the pre-Prohibition, like Golden Era, Jerry Thomas, like anything in that range, you're probably going to see Luxardo, Maraschino Liquor pop up a lot. And it's delicious, but just be warned, a little bit goes a long way, but it is delicious. The recipe I got calls for Bokers bitters. I've had such a hard time finding those. I cannot find them anywhere. So my personal sub, I got written in this notebook, is I do 3 dashes of Angostura and 1 of orange, and it gets it close enough for me. If you can find Bokers bitters, obviously go with that, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So without further ado, let's make a Martinez. So I've got my mixing glass ready, freshly washed and shiny. So what I'm gonna start with, let me reference the book. I always like to just reference this, even if I know it, just because it's fun to have it, a written recipe. It feels really cool. What I'm going to start with is 2 ounces of my Hayman's Old Tom gin. Little spill there, that's unfortunate. I've got a wipe for it. The next thing I'm going to add is 3/4 of an ounce of Sweet Vermouth. The next thing I'm going to want is our Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. As I said, this is really strong. All you're gonna want is 1/4 of an ounce. Don't overdo it, be careful with this one. I've made the mistake before. This will just overpower anything. Alrighty, so 1/4 ounce of our Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. And then, like I said, I don't have Bokers bitters. I just can't find them. I wish I could. So I found like my personal substitute is using a mix of Angostura and orange bitters. So I'm going to use 3 dashes of Angostura and 1 dash of orange bitters. And I found that that gets it close enough to what I'm looking for. This is something you can experiment with. I mean, no cocktail recipe is set in stone. You should make it how you like it. It just so happens that this is how I like it. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some ice. And this is something really interesting about this recipe. They go into so much detail as to write the amount of stir time. So yeah, I'm going to aim for about 15 seconds. I'm just using my regular freezer / fridge ice. So I found I sometimes need to go a little bit longer for me to get the level of dilution and chill that I want. I'm going to be making this, I'm going to be pouring this into a little Nick and Nora glass. This is what I had it served in at that cocktail place, and I feel it is fitting. This was just sitting in the freezer for a while, so it's nice and cool, should hold the temperature well. And that's perfect. It's very satisfying to pour it, and it comes like right up to the brim. I love it. The last step we're going to do is a little orange peel garnish, a little fresh orange slice. We're going to express the oils over top of it and then give it a little garnish. I personally think orange is acceptable here. I'm just using lemon peel this time. That was a solid spray. These are some nice, like really good fresh oranges. I like to do a little rub around the rim, and then I cut a little slit into it earlier with a knife. I can just set that right on there. And now we've got ourselves a fancy little Martinez. One thing I love about the Martinez is even while you're making it and while it's just sitting here, you can smell the drink. When you combine like that Old Tom gin with the Luxardo, like the aroma on this drink is so beautiful. Even just like mixing it, you can smell it and it smells delicious. So I can't resist any longer. I gotta take a sip of this. I tell you what, that is a good drink. So yeah, really this drink is what made me start this little recipe notebook. You know, I got that receipt from the cocktail place and I was like, I need somewhere safe to put that. So I got this little notebook and that is the first recipe in there. Truly an excellent drink. If you make one, let me know how it turned out. And if you have a different gin that you like in this, let me know, but I'm telling you, you need to try the Hayman's Old Tom in this drink. But yeah, that's about all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to support me doing these types of videos more, I set up a Ko-Fi link, and I'll put that down in the description. I'll be totally upfront, it gets you nothing. It's not a Patreon or anything. It's just, if you like this and you want to support me, that's a way you can do it. But as of right now, there's no benefits to doing it other than just supporting me. So yeah, once again, thank you and enjoy your Martinez, because I certainly will. Delicious. Oh, the Luxardo is just so good. Oh. You can't beat that.